got it together in the end. But the biggest criticism that I have is that Acezilla occasionally gets impatient and tries to force in on his own. I don't think you're going to be able to get away with that on runes. It's much easier to get isolated on this map. And speaking of runes, we're loading on into it right now, and just in a few seconds here, we should be ready to roll.
The temptation is difficult for all of us, though, because you just want to frag sometimes.
Oh yeah, you're frag hungry, yeah.
Although I can criticize it, and when you get to the absolute pro level, okay, I'll be a little bit harsh, but you know what? When we're having fun in this awesome BYOC tournament, it's like, yeah, I respect someone who just wants to go and has got bloodthirsty.
Yeah, just rack up the kills, absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of the time it's actually working out for him, because the LG that the Tzu guys have is ridiculous, in fact.
Pretty impressive.
So the countdown is coming in at the moment. They are preparing themselves. Let's have a quick look at the champions. We have got Sorlag moved away. We've got two visors. We've got an Eisen and a Ranger. And we will start onto Nachos here in the second map.
I like that Nacho has the totem utility here. This T-Con area that he's standing in right now is such a powerful position on this map, even more so with the fact that the power-up spawns in here. But even in duel, you want that position just because of how quickly you can rotate from Mega to Heavy. The power-up makes it that much more important. I'm surprised that Nacho doesn't throw the turret down in there, at least for the intel. We'll see if he does this time. No, he's going to concede it and hold on to it for now.
Totally caught off guard. And Acezilla just gets a quick up. He just sits in the LG room and just farms them up. Thank you, please.
And that's one thing we haven't seen any team do yet is play the weapon denial game. We've seen a lot of play around the major pickup items and, of course, the power-up, but we haven't seen anyone say, okay, let's deny LG or let's deny Rocket.
Yeah. Oh, HaVoC with the rails. They're coming back with a vengeance after narrowly losing that last map. It could be easy after a map like that to kind of lose confidence a little bit. I mean, maybe be, I wouldn't say angry, but just stressed, maybe as Flame said. And these guys are coming back strong. I guess the same can be applied to the victors after you're on a bit of a sort of an adrenaline high.
Yeah, it's a lot scarier to be down on Runes of Sarnath than it is to be down on Awoken or Veil, because you're confident you can find your opponent if you're down on those smaller maps, but on Runes you could end up wasting a lot of time chasing people around in circles.
Well, we have got the first quad of the map coming up in just a few seconds' time. HaVoC looking to make his way past. We have got the ore, but it doesn't quite make it across, and that is going to be Flame who picks it up instead. Nachos is in a 1v1, but oh, never mind, he's not. It's going to be Flame who sorts it out, and he has got a very healthy stack. He's also got a very healthy amount of information, so he needs to go and track them down. I think he's just slightly misinterpreted that. He's checking around the back corners to seeing if they're hiding, but there is going to be Nachos who will have found them comfortably and is going to have to try and direct Flame to where they are.
Well, can he get one here as it goes? He will get one frag with it, but I don't think it actually helped them out very much to have control of the quad. The most value that they did there was they denied Tzu picking up the quad, but they couldn't actually get very many frags on it. Nacho did go down during that confrontation, so while Flame was able to pick up one, he lost his teammate during the quad run there, so ends up working out in favor of Tzu. Best case scenario for them, given the fact that they lost the quad initially.
I like that they're going around together as well. The buddy system is something I appreciate a lot. They are going to push through together. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 up the bounce pad. There's one just thrown out of the map completely, and there's going to be Ace just flying through the air, so Nachos picks up a double kill. He didn't even lose a whole load of HP either. It's just a tri-ball off the spawn, which is wrecking him the most.
Yeah, and you called it there. Look how grouped up that MxVe is right now. It took them a little bit to get organized on Runes of Sarnath, but now they haven't figured out. They picked up a mega health. Nacho's stack isn't looking too healthy. He does have Flame to back him up. HaVoC, though, managed to manufacture a kill there. He's going to get traded, but still, in a 2v1, if you secure a trade, that's pretty darn good.
Oh, the nail gun rush from Ace. I like it. Going with the Rockets, too. It's a 2 versus 1 at the moment. Nachos, if he gets a kill, it'd be impressive. But it's not going to work out. That is going to be the lead sustained from the Tzu players. Only for a second, though, as Flame has a super shotgun up the spawn. And HaVoC is going to fly high, not going for that ledge grab or anything like that. And all of a sudden, I curse the players as the scoreboard is going the total opposite direction.
Flame will pick up one there, but has to be careful. Protection is going to go to his teammate, so Nacho will have that. They are now have a 3-frag lead. They were down 3 to start. They fought back to a 3-frag lead. They do have the protection. Even if they don't get any kills here, they're in the lead right now, so they can afford to be a little bit patient. They are trying to hunt down Tzu. They don't have piercing sight to aid them, so Nacho is kind of fighting blind here. In this situation, this is a moment where maybe you don't want to be grouped up as a team and you want to send almost one scout and one having the power-up item so you can figure out where your opponents are, but they choose to play it safe and stay together.
I don't dislike what they've done because Flames are so low on HP. gave the heavy armor to Nachos because he had the protection, but they kind of cycled the map safely. And now that's going to be HaVoC. I think these are the habits that you're talking about with some of the Tzu players, that they just like to just dive all of a sudden. He's done great damage, but again, he's allowing MxVe to get a little higher up on the scoreboard.
Oh man,
Get out of the map!
Players keep taking that jump pad high. It's a dangerous thing to do ever since they added the out of bounds behind it.
That out of bounds I used to see so rare. I swear I went a year and a half of casting games and never seeing someone go out of bounds.
It happens all the time.
It twice in less than 5 minutes.
Players playing fast and loose here. Heavy armor is up. Nobody's really rotating to it. I think that MxVe is going to realize that heavy is up and try to rotate down to it. They will. Acezilla is going to try to challenge it. Gets decent rocket damage.
Ooh.
Even better. Doesn't have the railgun though to switch to it to do anything else. HaVoC manages to find a kill there. So Tzu trying desperately to catch up. They are down by 5 frags, and I don't think that we've seen this large of a deficit between these two teams yet on either map. So MxVe starting to pull away. Mega health is up. I think that MxVe got that cleanly. Acezilla will finally find a frag.
It's going to be the setup now for quad. On the sideline, looking for the 2 versus 1. Oh, he's got the rail out. And that's a big issue. You cannot support your teammate at all. If you miss a rail, it's going to be a long time until you can even try to do damage again. So that feels bad.
Yeah, Acezilla lights up the chat there a little bit because they had Flame dead to rights as the protection was spawning in, and Flame's combat skills managed to carry the day. Not only did he survive it, but he was able to secure the quad here for his team. Nacho now, of course, has control of it though. Lurking around the map, looking to extend this lead that they have. 6 minutes in. Oh, he's going to pick up 1. Can he make 2? He's way low on stack. Can't quite do it.
Ace with the return. He just manages to get that quad for the second that it was left up. And he gets himself the double kill. That's really nice work from Ace, and his lightning gun is looking good. There's a turret doing some damage. He has got to watch out for that railer. But he backs off and has a small amount of health to work with. Absolutely in on that. He's just not bothered whatsoever.
Yeah, doesn't let go of the trigger at all. Even when that LG is just going completely into a pillar, he's like, nope, not letting go of the mouse. It's fine.
Go. And they'll be heavy in a second. I'd really like to see Tzu move down to the heavy once again, because they could really secure a solid rotation. You can see this is where they're bloodthirsty. Natchez in front of them. His lightning gun is good, and it's a double kill. You know what? A double kill is better than just securing 1 more item. But they're going to secure both anyway. How about that?
How about that? Acezilla is smart to rotate down to the heavy armor. Has some nice health bubbles there. Stack is going to be looking good. He did just pop Piercing Sight, so he knew he was able to get down to heavy safely. He should have that Piercing Sight back up before this protection comes up, though. So again, timing that Piercing Sight is critical in 2v2. You want to have that power up at the same time that you have your ability up as Visor. Acezilla doing a nice job managing that. Nice job managing these rockets, too, to the LG. He's going to frag Flame. Doing a little bit of extra damage. Can he get the chase down here? No, he's going to pull up off of it and wait for heavy to come up.
I'm glad he didn't go in for the chase. It would have been too much. He managed to get himself some nice items over here. He can withstand the rail shot takes. Oh, Flame! He clutches it for the 1 versus 2, and that's going to be quad in a moment. Natchez is there. He's got the mega health. HaVoC is chasing him, but the protection has already been taken.
In the last 2 power-ups that we saw, Flame was able to get 2 frags just before the power-up spawned in. So even though Nacho is the one that picked the last 2 power-ups up, it was Flame that set up for his team to get control of it.
Get 1 more. Ace is over there, trying to get the rails off. It's not going to do much. And that is going to be Natchez and Flame trying to extend their lead a little bit. We've got HaVoC trying to go in with the orbs. Manages to get Flame incredibly low. And in fact, both the players have been so low. I think that was 1 HP actually for Flame.
Yeah, HaVoC needs to adjust his use of that orb a little bit. He's using it for aggression as opposed to mobility. He's playing it like it's October. We're back in October Ranger when the orb could do some real meaningful damage.
Oh, there was a wonderful world where you could get a collateral rail off of that. Rockets, not bad at all, but those guys seem so stacked. I mean, they were once upon a time. Now they got nothing to work with. And we've got, oh, it's still a minute till quad. Okay, I don't want to panic too much. So I panic over.
I believe that MxVe has been able to more consistently hold on to the lead here, but it's a shaky lead at that. 1 quad could tip the scales in favor of Tzu, but of course Tzu, this is do or die for them. It's single elimination. We're on map number 2. MxVe defeated them on Awoken, so Tzu is going to need this quad. There's 45 seconds to it.
Whoa.
Everything leading up to that could easily be set up for them.
I swear I see HaVoC like in the air more often than I see him on the ground. You know what I mean? He just seems to always be flying in places. I'm never going to ledge grab. I'm going to just fly on the bounce pad. fly off of these rockets that are hitting me at my feet.
I don't know that we've seen anybody actually ledge grab over the bounce pad. They're all taking the bounce pad up high. Ooh, Acezilla, good switch to the machine gun there to take down Nacho, who was rushing in with rockets against him.
Oh, try ball. Be careful. We've got 15 seconds now to the quad. This is important because we could see a lead extending from one of the players. We've got Flame hitting some fantastic stuff over here. That LG not quite in range enough, and Acezilla's going to come in with the support so fast. 5 seconds until the quad is up. Who's there in time? I'm trying to flick through people. It is Nacho's. And he just checks if there's somebody available, or somebody around. There isn't. And he picks it up cleanly. With weapons to work with, importantly enough.
This could be a devastating quad for MxVe to pick up, even if they don't pick up frags with this. Zoo needed this quad to have a window of opportunity to come back. I don't think we might hit the frag limit. It's still hard to tell if we're going to or not. He is going to find HaVoC rather and add one on.
He didn't support his teammate at the LG area when he was in a 1v1. There's a good rail. They're managing to keep that lead. It is a 5 frag difference, which feels like a big lead considering what we've seen from these two teams.
So far, this might begin. I think 5 frags is actually the widest that we've seen the deficit between the two teams on both of these maps. So MxVe able to use the power-ups to their advantage. I believe they've had solid control over the last 3 of them. The turret's going to come in and kill HaVoC once again, but Acezilla answers it back with the railgun of his own. Is going to keep the lead about the same here. I think they actually came back with 1 more. So now a 4 frag deficit. Zoo fights back just a little bit. Acezilla a little bit low here. I'm glad that he didn't go up the jump pad there. He thought about it, chooses to rotate down for Heavy instead. So
there's a split on the major items. There's Heavy going to Zoo, there's MxVe getting themselves the Mega. Nice little 2 versus 1 onto Nachos. The piercing sight. Oh, and he sends him out again! It's 3 times this map! What the hell? Torrent falls, but Ace is going to pick up an easy kill there, and they've just brought it to a 1 frag difference. And another, the rails keep on coming out. It's still 5 seconds until the Heavy's up. And there's going to be HaVoC supporting with the rail shots. There's the Heavy. And sub 30 seconds now until the protection's up. This is a brilliant series of plays from Zoo.
It really is, and things are just tied up there. And as I say that, MxVe manages to add 1 more on. Oh, but it's answered. Or no, MxVe has another one on. Now 2 frags in the lead. Protection's on the way. Who's going to be set up for it? Nacho's there, but no armor. Only 72 health. He's not too healthy. Does have Flame there in support. He's looking a little bit better, but now Zoo's going to try to push in. Can he get control?
Oh my god.
Acezilla going to be able to frag
what
here. Nacho goes down 2. Now Zoo has the opportunity. Things are tied up. They have the protection. Piercing sight just popped. They should have the intel to go chase down some of these frags, but MxVe, relentless. Nacho adds another frag on against Acezilla, but can HaVoC find some kills here is the real question.
There's one just below him. Right below. He doesn't spot him. It's the state of Quake strats. This time it's working though. He's found it there. He gets rocket damage off on him. He's hiding around the other side trying to get the orb. He's just bouncing through the teleporters. There's the rocket jump up and he can't secure the kill. Rockets eventually go to meet his feet, but look how much health that costs HaVoC.
Yeah, and it more, you know, the health is one thing too, but it actually ran that protection completely out. He spent so much time having to chase Flame around that even though he got the kill, it almost wasn't worth it. He spent so much time on it, so HaVoC has to be frustrated after that protection.
Well, at least they've managed to get themselves a lead. There's a silver lining. Oh my god. Oh, Flame, he does kill himself though, so that should be tied game, 35 to 35. Yeah, we're definitely not seeing the frag limit being hit. This is going to be down to the 15 minute. Who has the most frags by the time we get to 15 minutes of game time?
Could all easily come down to the next quad here. Again, teams have not been able to pull away from each other in neutral surface. They're very reliant on the quad and their protection to make things work. I like that team up from Zoo though. They managed to get 1. Can they add on 2 here? Flame is going to get caught out alone. The 2v1 in both situations allows them to take 2 frags up. MxVe now has to be really careful about how they set up for this quad.
We got Ace who's really low on life. I wonder if he can stack up enough before this quad is going to spawn. Now HaVoC is really low. That turret doing a little bit of damage. There is going to be some items spawning, so if HaVoC can just slip away and go down to Heavy, then he still has time to prepare himself for this power-up. Now him and his teammate actually have the stacks, enough of a stack to fight for the quad. It's now just a question of getting there as fast as you possibly can.
I like that HaVoC spent so much time picking up armor there. He has a nice juicy stack. Here comes that dangerous orb, though. He takes so much damage. Even if he gets the quad, he might go down very early, and sure enough, he does. I think it's Flame that has the quad at the moment.
There he is. He missed the player. He's just on the sideline. He's only got 66 points of health. Gets a single tick of LG. Ace tries to turn around for the pummel, but won't get it in time. We've got just over a minute left to play. HaVoC is going to be pushed away from the mega health, and Flame gets it in time. before he gets low.
Really careful not to feed frags there. They almost fed another one, though. They might get one here. Yeah, Flame is going to pick up this kill against Ace. And unfortunately, Ace has been out of position very, very often, getting himself killed in inopportune moments. The quad is going to run away. Flame is in position to get Ace again. He finds him. Now 3 frags in the lead. HaVoC orbs in recklessly, but he will manage